In this video, I'm going to review the Lorex 5 megapixel cameras that I just bought from Costco as a package with a DVR for $250. I have other videos that show the details of the DVR. So this package I bought contains 4 cameras, and those are the 5 megapixel bullet cameras, and these have an audio or a microphone which you can use to deter any thieves, or it blows a siren. And also it has an LED in the front, so that also lights up if you press the alarm button, but it is a manual alarm push for the DVR that I have. Couple of things. This is in size, it is much heavier or much bigger than the other bullet camera, the Swan bullet camera. It's 9 years old, and this was a 500 TVL that is replacing. Now the old camera did have metal. All you can see, it's all metal, and it has held up pretty well. This is plastic, and I'm not sure how it will hold up for 9 to 10 years, but we will see. The settings for this camera, it has 3 different places. So you can tilt the camera with this screw. So if you are tilting this, you can rotate the camera on the axle using this one. So this is similar to, you can open this up and this will allow you to turn the camera. And the last thing is this screw is going to make the camera horizontal or so. So once you mount it, if you find that your camera is not horizontal, you can set with this screw, and this will rotate on its own axis. So this will turn this way or the other. This one will turn angle, so you can angle this with this, and it has grooves in there, so that's similar. And this is going to rotate it on this axis, so you can turn the camera. So it has all the settings. Once you set it up, it's going to be good. You have to probably look at your monitor a few times and go back and reset it, and you will see how the pictures compare. In the package also, it contains the screws to put it on with the dowels, and though the screws are stripping a little bit, but it's okay. I hope it will hold up. Looks like stainless steel, but we'll see. Here is a good example of the different resolution and how it affects your picture. So on the left you have 1080p, which is an HD version, and then in the middle you can see the 2K. It expands the HD to twice the size, and then the 4K is 4 times HD. So in our case, it's a 5 megapixel camera is the 2K version, so you have the resolution of 2304 by 1536, whereas 4K even expands it to 3840 times 2160. So this is how your 5 megapixel is the 2K, and 4K will have to have 8 megapixel cameras. So when you look at the camera sizes or resolution, you go from 1080p to 5MP or 5 megapixel for 2K and 8 megapixel for 4K. To attach the camera, all I have to do is take the old BNC cable and the power cable, and then put the new camera in and twist it and make sure that it locks in here. And then I have to mount the camera back up. Here I put up the first camera, and it went in pretty fine. I just had to rewire the BNC cables, and the settings were fine. You have to adjust how far you want to lower it, or you have to go back and forth to see how the video is coming. And also it has an alarm. So here is the alarm that is triggered from either your mobile app or from the desktop app, and it should provide you that kind of a slow side or low volume siren, and also the LED light lights up. This is how it looks with the 5 megapixel Lorex camera. It's obviously much sharper than my previous cameras, and also it is wider. What I can see, it is covering a lot more of my front driveway in there. This is how it is with my older camera on my back patio, and I'm going to show how it looks with the new camera. This is the view with my older cameras. This is 500 TVL, so it's almost 9-year-old camera. Though you can probably not see from this, it's very blurred at this angle, though it is a lot of sunlight. I'm going to show how it looks after I put in the new 5 megapixel camera from Lorex. This is how the picture looks with the Lorex 5 megapixel camera. And if I go to the next one, this is how it looks from the other angle. So it has a much wider stance and wider angle coverage. Here you can see how the 5 megapixel camera night color vision works, and I'm comparing it to my old Swan cameras, which is 9 years old. But the first 3 cameras are the Lorex 5 megapixel cameras, and the fourth one is the Swan older 500 TVL camera. So you can see my Swan is also showing black and white, which is pretty good. It has the IR filter, but look at the Lorex cameras. It is pretty dark outside. It's 8:30 in the Eastern time zone, and the first 3 cameras are still showing a lot of color. So it is amazing how much color it has, or light it has. It is very sensitive. It has the good sensor to capture the available ambient light. And if I show you how it is outside, it is pretty dark. You won't be able to see much. Here is how dark it is, and you can see my back patio lighted up, though it has a little bit of sunlight, but how dark you can see here, whereas the camera is showing a really lot of light. If you like the video and you are planning to buy this system, you can click on the like button, and if it helped you, and also you can subscribe to my channel. I will have other videos on this camera system, as well as if you have any comments, you can comment there and I will try to answer your questions.